来对创业有一些更深入了解。然后这一次我们的讲师呢是请来自于以色列的一个创业公司的 co-founder， 他在以色列有20年的经验。大家也知道，以色列它是一个充满创业的国家，我曾经一直听说以色列它一直有小的 statups， 然后不断的或者说发展，或者是再不断的发展，然后可能或是继续自己的不断的成长，或者说是被一些更大的公司去收购。但它不管我们是出于怎么样的一个心态，但是这个和中国显然是截然不同的。那么今天就让我们来看一看以色列和中国的区别，为什么以色列有那么多的创业。
你们好，你们好吗？
你们好，
我叫 Nir， 我是以色列人，我很高兴拜访你们这儿。我的韩语不太好，因为我快要用我的英语，好吗？
好。
So first of all, thank you for coming. First, I would like to thank Ms. Shi for inviting me and for the university for allowing this, I would call it informal lecture. First thing, I will present myself. I'll tell a couple of things about myself. But if anyone has a question, feel free to ask me, to stop me anytime. Just raise your hand, right? Raise your hand and I'll let you ask a question. Not promising to give you a good answer, but I'll try, alright? Alright. So, a little bit about myself. I'm something like almost 2 decades in the Israeli high-tech industry. My first degree is in law. I'm also a lawyer. My second degree is something totally else. It's in archaeology and cultures of the ancient East. So I'm also part of the Faculty of Humanities. But I'm very, very also scientific because I've been in the high-tech industry. I'm still there. Currently, I'm the COO, that means Chief Operations Officer of Novisign. Novisign is an Israeli startup dealing with digital signage, innovations. And also I'm a manager of operations of a company which is called Nironit Holdings. This is the company which my father, who sitting here, has built. We also have offices not only in Israel, also in Shanghai and Hong Kong. And we deal with export technologies. This is the export technologies from Israel to China. But maybe after this lecture, maybe we'll also manage to trigger up some technology, some cool stuff also here. So that's about me. I'm also a blogger. I write in 5 blogs. And let's start from the first slide. First, I'm going to show you a couple of facts. I don't know if you know them, maybe you don't know them, but let's start with some dry facts. Okay? This is the next one. Alright, a couple of facts about Israel, technologies, and Israeli startups. Okay, first of all, Israel has thousands of startup companies, okay? When I say startup, it can be from the seed and beyond. Okay? Israel is considered as the Silicon Valley of the Middle East. Now, what does it mean, Silicon Valley? Like the Silicon Valley in the USA. So, Israel is only second after the Silicon Valley in the USA. Now, this, if I compare the startup companies, amount of startup companies versus the population size. You know, anyone knows how many people are in Israel? Someone want to try? How many people live in Israel? Come on, don't be shy. Yes, you. What's your name?
I'm Zhang Renlei. I want to say you speak too quickly.
Maybe I'll speak slower.
Okay.
Alright. How many people live in Israel?
Say in Chinese.
In Chinese,
有多少？以色列有多少人口？猜一下就行。
6,000万 Jews。
6 million。
6000万 Jews。
6000啊。60 million。
8. Israel has only 8 billion people.
Say it in
That's a very,
Chinese.
very small
800
country.
万.
It's like maybe it's like how many in Jiangsu? Also 8 million maybe.
No,
Or,
Jiangsu.
江苏东门。
Jiangsu province also maybe 8 million. So
No.
maybe more. How many?
You are
60?
talking about Nanjing or Jiangsu? Jiangsu is a province. Few
Nanjing.
tens of
How
them.
many people in Nanjing?
How many? I don't know.
All right.
How many?
Okay. I won't ask. Okay, so this is why it's called Startup Nation. We have a lot of startup companies. You don't see that in other countries like you see that in Israel. Okay, if you go to 1998, okay, that was the Mirabilis exit. Do you know what is exit when we talk about startup? What is exit? Exit is not true call. This is not exit. What is exit in startups? Anyone want to try? Exit in startups? What does it mean, that word, exit? Everyone wanted to exit. What is exit? Exit is when you sell your shares, when you sell your company, when you sell part of your company and you become rich. That means exit. Okay? So when I talk about exits, this is what I mean, exit. When we sell a company, when we sell a part of company, this is exit. So the first exit was in 1998. Okay? 407 million US dollars. Right? This was the first exit. Okay, next. Now, if you look at the top between 2003 and 2013, that means 2 years ago, 772 Israeli companies were sold in 41.6 billion US dollars. Now, imagine that. This is an average of 4 billion, 4 billion a year. 4 billion a year, that's a lot. It's a lot of tax for the country, right? Now, 45 of those companies passed the 200 million US dollar. That's a lot. And if you go to the year 2000, this is the Chromatis. It's another famous Israeli company. It was sold for 4.8 billion US dollars. And next, NDS was sold to Cisco for $5 billion. 5 billion. These are huge numbers. Can you imagine that? That's a lot. It's a lot. Here we can see a graph. We see capital raised by Israeli high-tech companies. Now, all right,
Maybe
this
you want
is
to expand this in
2011, 2012, and 2013.
There.
You can see that how many were funded by venture capital and the other by private investors. So you can see that private people put their money. Private people put money more than venture capital. Why? Because they believe in the startup. They believe that it can work. Yes.
这个淡紫色的是私人投资的，然后深蓝色的等于说是机构，所以可以看得到是机构和个人来说的话，反而个人投资更多，是因为他们相信这些创新性企业的一个发展前途。
Also, more facts. So most of the exits are in the software industry. Okay, software. It's not hardware. It's not biotech. It's not clean tech or green energy. It's pure high tech, right? Like websites, like applications, things like that. Now, last year, 2014, it was a record year, $5 billion US dollars. It grows higher and higher. That means almost 2 times of 2013. And 70 companies were either sold or merged. Absolutely amazing. And now we're looking at this year, 2015, right? We just opened the year. $900 million. Only now, and now it's only May, right? What's going to be next? Okay. Now, I was talking about facts. Facts, more facts, more facts. You can find all these facts if you go to Google or if you go to Baidu. to search the internet. You will search for facts. You can tell all those facts. You know all these facts. Right? I have a question. Why did you all come here? Why did you come here today? You didn't come here to hear about facts. You can find the facts in the internet. Actually, everybody can find those facts in the internet. I'll tell you why did you come here today. You didn't come to hear facts. You came here today because you want to know why and how. Right? 为什么和怎么 Right? You want to know why and how. How do we do it? Why in Israel? What's our little secret? Maybe a big secret. This is why you're here. You want to know that secret. And why would you like to know that secret? Anyone wants to say? Why do you want to know that secret? Because maybe you want to have your own startup. Right? Maybe you want to have your own Alibaba.com. Something like that. I don't know. But this is why you're here. You want to learn how. And gentlemen and ladies, this is something you won't find elsewhere. You'll find it only here. Only here in this place. So, there's idea, there are people, and you get it started. Right? So, let's start. Alright. First thing. E. We are innovative. Okay? What does it mean to be innovative? What does it mean to be innovative? Someone want to tell me? Yes.
Have brilliant ideas.
Exactly. To have an ideas. Make new things. But that's right. Being innovative is one thing. Why? Why are we innovative? Why is it? Is it something in my blood? Maybe. Everyone in Israel, even if you talk with a little boy, older boy, even if you talk with people which are not too smart, they always have an idea. For example, 2 weeks ago, someone from my family, and that someone, let's say, he's not a genius, but he's 18 years old, and he's coming and he's telling me about an idea which he has for a startup. He has nothing. He just finished high school. He's going to the army, and he's talking about startup. He has an idea. He has nothing to do with technology. He's not very smart, I would say, but he has that idea. Everyone has an idea. If you talk with a little boy, he has an idea. Everyone has an idea. Alright? So, that's one thing. But why? Why are we innovative? So, I want to tell you this. It's all about survival. I don't know if any one of you know about the history of the Jews or the history of the country of Israel, the state of Israel. You know, the Jews were something like 2,000 years ago when they were in the land of Israel. They were kicked out, they were exiled. They had to live among other people in Europe, in other places, in the Middle East, and there were many restrictions that were applied on the Jews. They couldn't do this. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. Okay, so I cannot be a farmer. I cannot be this. I cannot be a government official. So I will be a merchant. I will sell. I will buy. I will sell. I will buy. I will sell. This is how the Jews became what they became because of the necessity. This is the history. This is the history that made us what we are when we were in exile. So. Something like maybe 100 years ago when we came back to the country, to the land of Israel, we already have everything in the DNA. All this thing about inventing new ideas, because also if you look at the state of Israel, we have to be innovative because we had many wars since 1948, which was 1 year before it was our independence here, 1 year before China independence. We had a war, and every few years we had another war. The only way to survive, you have to be innovative. If you're not innovative, you're dead. So, this is why we became so innovative. You must invent things. And it doesn't end when you invent something and then you go home to rest, or maybe sit in Hawaii like that. No. your brain keeps working. You think about the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. You can't rest. So, another thing is it's the creativity, about being innovative. That means we like to be creative, we like to invent things. It's not only necessity, we also like it. Alright, R, out of the box thinking. Anyone knows what does it mean to think out of the box? What is that box? You know what does it mean out of the box? Which box? Maybe this box? Which box? The box? I'll tell you what does it mean, think out of the box. Usually, most people think this way, right? That means to think in the box, okay, you know, something happened, you do this. That thing happened, you do that. Now, if you want to be innovative, you can't think like everybody else. You can't think like the way they raised you. You have to think differently. If you want to do something, try this way, try this way, try this way. For example, if I would like to reach from the point where I'm standing to reach there, what's the fastest way to get there?
Go straight.
Jump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. But another way would be to take this, move it like that, and maybe get there. Or maybe crawl underneath. So, thinking out of the box means to do things differently. Son, we are resourceful, right? Now, what does it mean resourceful? That means that for every problem, we can come up with a couple of solutions, with a couple of ideas how to solve it. All right? So also, if we go, for example, to the education, what they teach us, when we go to school, all right, they teach us many things, but they also teach us to think, all right? Not just to get, just to read and puke whatever we get. They also teach us to think, to use our brain, to use those little black, gray cells here in the brain, and to think, to try to come up with a solution. Not something which you read in a book, in this book, in that book, something which you invent by yourself. So, this is meant to be resourceful, to solve every problem. Now, probably if we were not so resourceful, I suppose that Israel wouldn't exist these days. So it's also about education, also about the history of the country, also about survival. Let me give you an example. Israelis are the king of the world when it comes to improvising. For example, if I need to do something and I didn't prepare myself, I will improvise. I will do things which I didn't think to do. I will try to do this, I will try to do that, combinations. So that means that sometimes we do not plan. We plan, but sometimes when we do not plan, we know what to do. We just know what to do. I mean, it's a way of life. It's a way of life. All right. Still, multitaskers. You see that guy? What is he doing there? You see what he's doing? He's typing on his laptop, using his cell phone, talking with two telephones. He also has this computer, yes, and he's also looking to the camera and smiling. Now, I call that multitaskers. What does it mean, multitasker? Anyone can tell me? An example, maybe? What is a multitasker? Multitasker means that you can do a couple of things together. Okay? Usually, if you take, for example, let's compare the Israelis to Americans. The average American, you give him a job, you tell him to do something, you give him a task, and he will do that task. He will do it perfect, but he will do only one task. Right? If you give the Israelis 3 tasks, 4 tasks, 5 tasks, he will do everything, and it will do it in parallel. Okay? So we can do a couple of things together. This is how we complete things. This is it. This is it. Being a multitasker, do many things. Some would say that women can do more than one thing. Am I right? Can women do? Women are multitaskers. Usually men are not. Usually you give a man something to do, he doesn't. You give him two things to do, he says, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll do this first. Maybe. But with women are multitaskers. So in Israel, everybody is a multitasker. All right. All right, let's call you. Mature people. What does it mean, mature people? Why Israelis are mature? You know why? Any guess? Why? You want to say something?
Far better educated.
Sorry?
Educated.
Educated. Wrong answer. Anyone else want to try? No, I'll tell you. It's because we go to the army. Every Israeli man or woman go to the army. When I go to the army, I give 3 years of my life to the country. When a woman goes to the army, she gives 2 years from her life to the country. Almost everyone, all the secular people, will go to the army. Most of them will go to the army. Now, when you finish the army, you go to the army after the high school. When you go to the army, after you finish the army, you're not the same boy which you were in the high school. You're a different person. You start like this in the army, and when you end the army, you're someone else, right? You become mature. You're not a kid anymore. It's different. The army makes you someone else. It gives you responsibilities. It lets you choose. It lets you cooperate with other people. You learn how to work as a team. It doesn't matter if you're a fighter or if you're not a fighter, you learn to work as a team. This is something you learn in the army. You learn to trust other people. They learn to trust you. Bonds are made in the army. And to tell you the truth, we like to go to the army. We have to go to the army, but we like to go to the army because we think it's a privilege to serve the country. And like I said earlier today to Miss Susie, that serving the country is not serving, for example, in my case, not serving the politicians, it's serving the people, all right? The country, it's not just the government or the people, the government or the state. The country, it's the people. The country, it's you, me, you, everyone is the country, all right? That's why, for example, why do they call China, they don't call China China, they call People's Republic of China, right? People, the word people, it's in the name of her country, the word people. Why? Because they already knew over 60 years ago that it's not just a country, it belongs to the people. The country is the people. So when we go to the army, we do it for the country, or actually for the people. So this is the main reason why we do that. I also think it's very important. Everyone goes to the army. My father, my mother, my sister, my brother, everyone goes to the army. This is how it works, and we like it, and it changes us. We become different. Even after the army, what you call one sheet, right? Relationships. Many bonds are being done in the army. So after that, when you go to the university, when you open your startup, when you go to work someplace, they will always ask you, hey, what have you done in the army? What was your job in the army? In which unit were you in the army? You did this? Ah, I also did it. Ah, my uncle was there. My brother was there. So this is how we make bonds. From the high school, from the army, also from university, like here. But it's very, very important. Leo, we dare to take risks. What does it mean to take risks? means we are not. You want to say something?
You are not very sure you can win. You can win. You may lose and pay some 代价。
Crisis.
Exactly. 我明白了。We're not afraid to fail. We will try again and again and again and again. If I want to do something, I won't try it once, try it twice, 3 times, 4 times, till I succeed. Now, this is something in the culture. We dare to take risks because we're not afraid to fail. In some other cultures, I'm not sure how is it exactly here in China. Maybe you're afraid what your friends are going to tell you. Maybe what your parents will think about you. Maybe what your family will say. Or friends or neighbors will tell you. We don't care. We don't care. We dare to take the risk. We want to do that, and they will give us respect because we tried. Even if we failed, maybe if we failed again and again and again. They say that everyone who succeeded, not only in starting, who succeeded in a business, probably tried a couple of times and he failed, and he failed, and he failed. Eventually he won. So daring to take risks is something in our blood, something in the DNA, and it's a matter of culture. Also, in some culture in Southeast Asia, we say that failing is not an option because it would be a shame for the family. And because we don't think so, we say it's okay to fail. You must learn to fail. Because if you don't learn to fail, you'll never win. So this is like they say in China, the yin and the yang. They must balance each other. You can't always win. You have to lose a little bit. And it's okay to lose. Because if you think, for example, on the startups, we have a lot of startups, right? But some of them win, some of them do their exit, make their money, some do not. But this is how it works. So we're okay with that. When you go to a startup, you dare because you don't know what's going to be. When I go to work in a startup, maybe I will lose my job. I don't know, maybe I have 6 months, maybe I have 1 year, maybe I have 2 years, I don't know. This is startup. It's not like working in a big company or working in the government that you know, hey, I'm going to work till I'm going to be 60 something, then I will retire, take my pension, and get some rest. Everything is secure. In startup, no, it's a risk. Even the fact that you work in a startup. I'm not talking about having your own startup. Just to go to work in a startup, that's a risk. Because you don't know what's going to be tomorrow. Maybe the money will finish, they will kick you out, you don't know. This is a risk, not only for the entrepreneurs, also for the employees. So, like an English saying says, no pain, no gain. All right. Next. Okay. Let's see. Loyalty and friendship. Now I give you a couple of, these are a couple of pictures from the place which I work. I told you I do 2 things. This is one of the things which I do. I work in a startup company which is called Novisign. So this shows you the life in the company. You go out, you eat with your friends, right? In the company, everybody is a friend. It's not just that we go to the office, we work, we finish work, and then we go home, and then I don't know anyone. This is not the case. When I go to work, they're my friends. When I finish work, they're also my friends. And they're not just colleagues. We don't, in Hebrew, we don't use the word colleagues. We call them friends. The word for a colleague, that's for someone who works with you, is not a colleague, we call it a friend. That means a friend from work. So everybody is a friend of everybody, so it's very, very important. Now, in Israel, it's a small country, only 8 million people. That means everybody knows everybody. If you walk in the street for a couple of minutes, it doesn't matter where, you always meet or find someone which you know, someone which you met, someone who knows someone that you know, someone who knows your uncle, someone who were in the army with a friend of yours. It's a small country. If you talk with an Israeli, if I'm Israeli and I talk with another Israeli, after 5 minutes of conversation, we will discover something mutual. Maybe we have something in common. Maybe we live in the same city. Maybe we were in the army together. Maybe we went to the same university. A lot of things in common. So all those things which are in common makes us closer to each other. Now, I want to tell you this. I also mentioned another thing which is called loyalty. It's not about just friendship. Friendship is okay, you friends, your friends, your friends. But there's a thing of loyalty. What does it mean loyal? What does it mean to be loyal to your work? Anyone has an idea what does it mean loyal?
Have confidence to your companies and to your friends. Have confidence to your friends.
That's right. That's right. That's one way to describe loyalty. Now that means I'm loyal. I'm very loyal to my company because I see myself as part of the company, not just a place which I come to work and then I finish, I go to my home, to my friends. No, it's an integral part of the life because if you want to succeed, if you want your startup to succeed, you must be loyal to the place. You must have your employees to be loyal to you, to loyal to the place as a team. Now, I say this, where there is a friendship, there is loyalty. Now, where there is loyalty, there are bonds. Where there are bonds, it is stronger and faster. This is how we do it. Friendship is something very essential. Okay. But, dedication. What does it mean, dedication? So, dedication means when I go to work, it's not that I work only from 8 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. afternoon and then I go home. This is not dedication. This means just to do my job and go home. Dedication means that, like I said before, I see myself as part of this company. I gave you here a picture of a multinational company. You see people from all races. They're putting their hands because we think we're one team. And when I say dedication, I mean me as an employee or an entrepreneur, doesn't matter what. I see myself as part of the company. That means if I have a task, I will stay till late to finish that task. If needs, I will stay even in the weekend. I will come to finish my task. Why? Because it's not just a job. I'm part of this company. I'm part of this. It's not that I come here to do my work and go home. That means I'm dedicated to the work. But the work is also dedicated to me. Okay? They don't just see me as an employee or just a screw in the machine. No. They see me as part of them. So it's two sides. So like I said about the country, that the country is not just the government, politicians, the country is the people. So is the company. The company is not just this wall, and that wall. This is not the company. The company is the people. The people who come every morning, do their job, dedicated, and they want the success of the company as it was their own success. These are the company, the people. And if you manage to change your state of mind to this state of mind, that the company is you, the company is the people, things will be different. Success will come easier. Right? Zero. Flat model. Now what does it mean, flat model? Israeli people are warm and friendly. Right? What does it mean, warm and friendly? When we meet each other, we shake hands, right? We shake hands, we hug. I mean, in some culture it will be a disaster if you touch someone like that. But in Israel, when I see my friends, we hug. When you see a woman friend, you give her a kiss. Sometimes you come to your friend and you do this, like that. It's okay, we're very warm. I don't know, maybe it's something with the Middle East. It's not just because we're Jews. It's something I think also with the Middle East. So eventually we ended with what I call a flat model. So in the company, if you look at the lower employee, all right, let's say there's a programmer, a developer, a web developer, programmer in the company, and there's the CEO, the general manager of the company. There's always a hierarchy, all right? There's a manager of a manager of a manager of a manager. There's a hierarchy in every company. But in Israel, it's different. We have the flat model. That's right, there are managers, there's the general manager, the CEO, but everyone can speak with everyone. Even the lowest programmer can come to the CEO and he can tell him what he thinks. He can tell him. All right, let's say that I'm a programmer, you're the CEO of the company. I don't need to make an appointment with you or tell something to my manager that will tell it to his manager and he will tell it to you. I can come directly to you. What's your name? Dido.
Yeah.
Right. So I can come to you and I will say, and we don't even call each other Mister. In Israel, you don't call. I won't call you Mr. Jiju. I will call you Diju. All right. Hey. Ni hao ma with a ponyo. Just like that, like we're friends. Everything is unofficial in Israel. So I can come to the CEO and tell him what I think. Now think about this. If your foot or leg can talk with your head, right? Your leg can talk with your head, your body will move better, right? Because there's a communication between the legs, the hand, and the head. Now, if your leg cannot talk with your head, your foot needs to talk with the leg, and this needs to talk with the torso, and this needs to talk with the neck, and the neck needs to talk with the head. It takes some time, right? Now, this is the reason why we do things in Israel faster, because everyone can speak with everyone. The model is flat. Lowest programmer, lowest employee can come to talk with the CEO. It's okay. This is a flat model. Sure. Direct approach. Okay? Unlike cultures of Southeast Asia, which I like and I respect. In Southeast Asia, you don't tell the other guy what you think. Okay? Sometimes if you want to say no, you won't say no. You say maybe. I'll think about it. This needs to be considered. Sometimes you won't say anything. Maybe you'll be quiet. This is the indirect approach. In Israel, there is a direct approach. That means you say what you think. What comes out from my mouth is what is inside my brain. Sometimes, it might be insulting, and especially here it might be insulting, but there's also an upside. Sometimes it's good, because if that guy can come to the CEO and tell him what he thinks, things might be even better, because things might be faster, because everyone knows what's happening in the company. If I won't tell what I think, if something bad is happening and I be quiet, I won't tell about it, nobody will know about it, it will take time, processes will take longer, but if I say what I think, things will be faster communication. This is what I mean when I say direct approach. When I say yes, I mean yes. When I say no, I mean no. If I want to say no, I will say no. I won't say maybe, I will say no. This means direct approach. I don't know if it's good or bad. Some would say it's bad, it's rude. We don't like it. I'm not sure I like it, but in this case it works. In the startup world, it works. It really works. So if we take all these characteristics, innovative, out-of-the-box thinking, resourceful, multitasker, mature people, taking risks, friendly and loyal, dedication, flat model, direct approach, we get a startup, and a good one. So this is the recipe for a good Israeli startup companies. I don't know if it can work elsewhere because every nation, every country, every people thinks differently. They have different culture, different things, different present, different life, different state of mind, different thinking, different approach, different models. That's why it happens here and nowhere else.有没有问题？
下面这样就是大家可以